So if you're like me, you like solving problems, and the best solutions out there are the ones that save you a lot of money or are particularly ingenious. And that's what today's video is about, problem solving. That second shot, the one that started with the wheel rim up close, pushed in and then racks focus through the three riders, I've had it in my head for a few weeks now. Getting from inside my brain to your eyes has been a lot of fun to figure out. The first thing I had to figure out was what tools to use. I knew I was going to use the probe lens because it allows you to get really close to objects. This also meant that I needed to have motorized control over movement, because when you play with scale in that way, microjitters appear as earthquakes. My goal was to play with size here. Whether it's Smurfs, the ship swimming inside a human being in Fantastic Voyage, or Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, I've always been partial to an image that distorts scale and size. I wanted a shot that was subtle but still unusual, something that would require a lot of work but not be so obvious when you first saw it. The probe lens is great because its long, narrow barrel allows you to get some unique shots. Being long and narrow also means it's hard to keep steady. So the tricky part about that shot is that this lens requires you to focus manually, or in this case with an attached motor. That's not a big deal when you're looking at a large scale object, but when you get down to something really small like this, it gets a little tricky. The small jitters from racking focus are magnified as you travel up the barrel, and the small focus ring compounds the problem. At high speeds, the wobble is even more pronounced. There's an easy solution. You can add a clamp to the barrel. This is where things get sticky though. Camera nerds and bike nerds share something in common. They tend to like things to be sleek and tidy looking. Clean gear, organized cables, the right equipment, those words fill up the Venn diagram here. You could 3D print lens support or try to get something custom machined. One filmmaker even started having batches of metal supports made and was selling them for $120. I was actually about to buy one of those, but then it occurred to me the answer was right at my fingertips. The probe lens is about the size of handlebars, and I mount things on those all the time. I went down an internet rabbit hole looking for handlebar mounts, and that led me to these motorcycle handlebar attachments for $9.45. These are made for mounting LED lights on a motorcycle, but with a little extra hardware, I got things to fit super snug. Also, they come in a 2-pack, so you're paying less than $5 for each mount. Here's a side-by-side comparison. There are links below to everything I used for the lens support. You'll also need some hardware too. You'll need 3 washers, 2 nuts, 1 screw at least an inch long and no larger than 3/16. In metric, I'd say an M3 screw at least 3 centimeters long should do, and of course a wing nut. The mount comes with 2 rubber spacers, which is great to protect the lens. You'll need to mix and match them. The thin one goes on top and the thick one on the bottom so the bolt can fit into the lens support. That was the best $4.73 I spent in 2021. You've made it to the end of the video, so why not give it a like and subscribe if you're not already on board. I hope this inspires you to find some fun solutions in 2022. Have a happy new year, and I'll see you on the road.